Like I said in the introduction, whiteboard interviews are one of those outdated approaches that tech companies still love to torture us with. The general idea is that you go up in front of a whiteboard and write pseudo-code mapping out how to solve an algorithm. It's especially problematic for self-taught developers because the less expensive online classes and resources tend not to focus on algorithms but are more practical on the job skills, like building applications. Even students who've gone to a traditional 4-year institution and majored in computer science often need to practice these algorithms whenever they go in for interviews because they are easy to forget. The good news is that whiteboard interviews are falling more and more out of fashion. There's a lot of criticism of them in the developer community, and I can probably count on one hand the number of developers I know who actually like these types of interviews. If you went to high school in the United States, you probably have a special place of hatred in your heart for time tests. The first time I took the ACT, I got a bad score simply because I could not stop looking at the clock and worrying about how much time I had left. It didn't help that halfway through I had to go to the bathroom, but I was too nervous to leave the room because of how much time I might lose. The added pressure of timing also doesn't reflect the reality of most developer jobs. There's pretty much never a situation where you only have 20 minutes to complete a task. In fact, usually coding new features takes days or even weeks. Unlike whiteboard interviews, timed technical assessments aren't going anywhere. They're convenient for hiring managers because all they have to do is send a link to the developer and the platform administers the test and returns the results. Hiring managers who choose to use these platforms aren't necessarily lazy, they may just be running a small company or have too many other tasks to juggle. But it's still worth being wary of this type of interview and know what you're getting yourself into. Not all phone screens are technical. Some of them are casual conversations with a recruiter or someone from HR. In fact, this is usually what we think of with a phone screen. However, sometimes companies get creative or want to shorten the interview process by skipping a technical assessment and just conducting a Q&A over the phone. In theory, this could be great. No technical assessments or take-home projects to worry about. Just a quick phone call and you're done. This was my exact mindset when I first encountered this type of interview. But my attitude changed quickly after I got the job. I realized that some of my coworkers didn't have the required skills at all and were able to pretty easily dupe the hiring manager into thinking they were competent. The other danger of phone screenings is technical jargon. This is again more of an issue for self-taught developers, but there's so much jargon in the world of coding that nobody's safe. If I'm asked over the phone to define a technical term, there's a decent chance I know the concept, just not by name, but I've either forgotten the term it's associated with or I haven't encountered it enough to try to memorize what it means. This has caused me to fail phone screenings in the past, or be asked to do additional take-home assignments. Self-taught developers have to be more aware and often prepare more for interviews than their computer science degree-bearing peers. It often boils down to the difference of being less familiar with the technical jargon and algorithms, which are overemphasized in the interview process compared to the actual day-to-day work of software developers. Luckily, some of the particularly unpleasant interviewing approaches like whiteboard interviews are becoming quite unpopular, but it's still worth going in prepared and knowing there is a possibility you'll have some sorting puzzles or word salad thrown your way. Please check full article in description. Thank you for watching.